Kilo 6 Alpha Golf Whiskey. Take the conversation to the table. We're starting the meeting. What sign up? Oh, those sign ups. Yes. All right. Thank you. Thank you. When everybody sits, I haven't put mine on there yet, but I will. All right, everybody. Neil and Bob, we're starting the meeting. I feel like a third grade teacher, but I think it's great that everybody's happy to see each other after summer break. You have a lot of stories to share with each other. Fantastic. Welcome to the May 2026 meeting of the River City ARCS. For those who don't know me, I'm James, AE6JG. I'm the president. And today we have a hands-on meeting. So the folks on Zoom, like Carl and Bill, you guys can watch, but we won't be able to actually test your HTs with the tiny spectrum analyzer. I think what we'll do is we'll just start with club business, and then we'll go through my presentation, Carol's presentation, and Sylvia's presentation, and then we'll have Phil take over. How many brought HTs for spectrum test? Wow. All right. How many have Baofengs? Oh wow. Okay. This is going to be fun. This will be fun. All right. Couple things. I think you probably noticed last month and just now that we're keeping the gate and the door closed for security. There was an event here at the temple a couple months ago where somebody walked in during a service and put a box on the stage. It turned out to be nothing, but that person was arrested. The FBI got involved. So we just want to let you know we are at a synagogue. You are all aware that there's a rise in anti-Semitism, and we just have to be vigilant. So we're just monitoring the gate and the door. I put a sign out with my cell phone number, and my HT is on. I said if the gate's locked, call on the radio or text or call my phone. So if you're ever not here and the gate's closed, we'll just come out and get you. Just send a note. Any questions about that? What's that, Bob? I let Bob in. Of course, I had to ask him, who are you? But all right. We need volunteers for Farm and Tractor Days and Field Day. Those are two upcoming events where we need your physical presence to help. And we here, I don't think we have a volunteer for the new net, Carol. Yeah, did somebody actually volunteer for that? You know, how many participate in the new net? I don't know if you guys are aware of that, but okay. We need somebody to represent the club once or twice a week during the noon net. And so if you're home or near a radio once or twice a week, particularly on a Tuesday or a Wednesday before our meetings, where they go to all the clubs during the noon net and they ask for clubs to announce upcoming events. Carol has been doing it because she's there as the ARRL Pacific Division Vice Director. But this net has all the, has OES, all the hospitals. It's an emergency net, basically, but it also has the clubs checking in. So if somebody wants to be responsible, Tom, it's the sharp repeater. K6SHRP. K6HRP. 14. I don't know. Go ahead, Bill. Wait here.
I'm Bill K6KRQ. I do net control on that on Tuesdays, and I just want to say it'd be nice to have a regular check-in for River City, because there are some clubs on there that never ever check in, and I don't want River City to be one of those. So and I do it every day, but I'm already in net control, so kind of like the same position Carol's in, she's already got a position on it. So if we could get somebody to represent, that would be nice.
Yeah, we need a volunteer. Does anybody want to volunteer tonight? It's not heavy duty. And it really has a wide reach. You have a lot of people listening. So, any volunteers? What about farm and tractor days? Volunteers? Okay. May 15th and 16th in Rio at the, what's it called? Dry Creek Ranch, Rio Linda Historical Society. It's also where we're having field day. Tom. I think Tom volunteered via Sylvia. All right, we have one that's for tractor field. Yeah, because you guys are going to be gone during field day, and we're all going to starve. Okay. Well, that's one volunteer. All right. What else did we need to cover?
That's yeah, just acknowledging Bill N6 Echo Foxtrot, who says he'll help with the field day. He's going to help set up on Friday, operate all day Saturday, stay overnight, and be there for the Sunday breakdown. That's for field day.
All right, excellent. All right. Other comments on Zoom?
I just said correct. I forgot to put down that was for field day, that I will help with that.
Thank you, Bill. That's fantastic. Thanks very much.
If we need somebody to set up the network, I can do that on Saturday morning too, if necessary.
Yeah, we might need help with that because Neil's going to be not here, right? Neil did it last year. Oh, but
yeah, I will be here for the setup of the field day and also be there during the day and help with the shutdown. I will need to get somebody else to do be the greeter this year.
So Bill, you and Neil maybe work together on the networking. That's fantastic. And anything else that needs doing. It's a big enough space that you can bring your trailer out. Several people did last year.
The hotspots for the networking. You do the, and is there any chance that we can use that even if you're not there? Okay, thank you.
I don't know if folks on Zoom heard that, but Neil was asking if in the past few years, Tom and Sylvia have loaned their hotspot. You guys don't need it for your trip? Oh, you're on a cruise ship. Oh, you're not taking the trailer. Okay, good. Okay, one kind of nice note about one of our members. He had his first on-air CW QSO this week. I'm thinking of Alan, Kilo 6 Alpha Golf Whiskey.
Fellow president and friend and Long Island CW teacher who brought me on air. My ham alert went off and I sent him a text. I said, "What are you doing?" He said, "Where's your radio? Get near your radio."
I did, didn't I?
Yeah. So we had a little bit of aid with texting, but other than that,
it was perfect.
it was
counted.
nice.
We
You know,
logged
it goes
it.
in my log.
Yeah.
First CW POTA hunter.
Congratulations.
Thank you, James. Thank you.
You're welcome. No, that was fantastic. It's about time. Yeah. Well, you got them ready, Walter. We know. All right. Anything else for this part? And then I'll have Carol give her report and then Sylvia. All right. Where is the sign-up sheet for the HT testing? Who has that? Because I need to add mine on if there's time.
Yeah, it's right here.
Okay. While Carol's presenting, I'll go sign up. All right. Here's KP4MD, the KP4MD.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I had a couple of members come up with their copies of QST who wanted my autograph. My picture's on page 66 of the May QST. Anybody interested? That was when I attended the ARL board meeting back in January. And let's see if I can get this going here to, okay, just a moment. I'm going to share my screen. Hope this works. Well, that kind of looks okay. Oh. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why this, we'll move that out of the way, maybe it. Okay. Okay, this is the web resource report for the month of April, actually. And, okay. This is the 50th anniversary of our club. The club was founded in July of 1976, 2026. So we're actually going to be celebrating it maybe towards maybe our holiday dinner. But just to keep this in mind, you know, throughout this entire year, we're celebrating our 50 years, which is our golden anniversary. Congratulations, River City Arcs. Mother's Day coming up. And here's a plan for a gift for a mother that you can give her a nice flower basket that's actually a 2-meter ground plane antenna. So she don't realize you're transmitting out of her flower basket. May in radio history, May 24th, 1844, Samuel Morse sent the first telegraph message. That wasn't actually over the radio, it was over wires, but that's historical. And Hiram Percy Maxim, the old man, W1AW himself, founder of the American Radio Relay League, wrote a letter to Electrical World announcing the American Amateur Relay League. I guess that's what they called it at first. And Senator Barry Goldwater, some of you may have heard of him, K7UGA, was a very prominent ham radio operator and a volunteer for passing message traffic for our servicemen overseas. He became a silent key in May of 1998. For those of you who are ARL members, and how many of you are members of the ARRL? Oh, good. Definitely over half, and that's what we need to maintain our affiliation with the ARRL. This is in the May issue of QST. Some really good articles in there. Polar modulation. It's the new rage. It's the absolutely highest efficiency in transmitters. So there's a great article on it in there, featuring the that's the it's a Flex Radio Aurora. Sorry about that mix up. And there's some good reviews there. The Icom HF linear amplifier, a QSO card creator software, and there's the report on the ARL board meeting also there. So remember, the America 250 Worked All States Award is going on all this year, and we are looking for opportunities to operate with the club call sign N6NA, and I think we're going to work it out that individual members can use the club call sign at certain times in order to activate our club, because that will count for an endorsement on this award for working ARL affiliated club stations in all 50 states. So that's something that's we're working on. And those contacts would have to be uploaded to Logbook of the World to count for that award. May contests last weekend was 4 QSO parties: Delaware, Indiana, New England, and also the W7 area QSO party. Our sister club, the W6SFM, Samuel F. Morris Amateur Radio Club here in Sacramento, is doing their bug roundup on May 15th to 17th. So if you're interested in participating in that, go to their website, w6sfm.org, and you can sign up and participate in that. It's a lot of fun. It's just an operating event, not a contest. The Arkansas QSO party is that same weekend, May 16th to 17th. And then May 30th, 31st, CQ Worldwide WPX Contest, Morse Code CW. Remember our nets. We have our nets Wednesday nights. The 2-meter net is at 8 p.m. on our N6NA repeater. At 8:30 p.m., we have our 10-meter single sideband net, 28.420. And then at 9 p.m., we have our slow scan television net. That slow scan TV net's been going on since 2011. It's been going on for a lot of years. And we have a lot of fun exchanging pictures and learning a lot about it. It can be entertaining as well as educational. So you're welcome to follow along and watch us on YouTube. The link for that is on our website as well. And the Roundtable Net, of course, every Saturday, 3 p.m. on 718 1 kilohertz lower sideband. For you technicians, it's a good incentive for you to upgrade. So you can join us down there. And if you still can't transmit on air for one reason or another, you can always listen in on the web SDR, and we usually send out the link for that as well, so you can listen. Parks on the Air, we have regular members here that are quite active on Parks on the Air. We got Walter K6HTD, of course, and Alan K6AGW, and some others. Kishore, I know, does it once in a while too. Touch base with them if you'd like to join them some of these weekends when they're out doing the Parks on the Air. A reminder about our website, n6na.org. We try to keep it up to date with all the latest information about the club and other amateur radio organizations in the area. The DIY Radio Builders Group is joining the challenge to build a solder smoke direct conversion receiver. Right now, we have a handful of people that have already signed on to this. This is not a kit. This is building it from scratch. And we're looking about maybe getting together some people to do a bulk order of parts. What do you think about that, Bob? Did you want to say something about that?
We don't have any plans at this point, but I did put together a PTO that works and is tunable. So
Oh, good.
that's
So
the first
we
of the 4 boards, you know.
absolutely. Okay, so
I'll show
yeah,
it to you later.
during the show and tell, we could see that.
Right.
But we're still looking for people to jump onto the bandwagon and join the challenge. Thank you. Farm and Tractor Days, we already mentioned about that. That's going to be Friday and Saturday, May 15th to 16th at Dry Creek Ranch House. And I'll be participating over there. It's a nice outreach to the public, and it's a fun activity for the entire family because it's just all kinds of crafts and all kinds of things that for kids, and it's a fun time. They have food there too. It's pretty good. Our Hamfest is, I know that Ben said he would be here probably a bit later than usual, but again, River City RCARCS is sponsoring this Hamfest, and we're looking for volunteers. We're looking for people to help with it. If you're interested in doing that, get in touch with Ben Parrish, K6GEO. This is a major event. It attracts people from all over Northern California and even from Nevada and places like that. And we're going to have door prizes. We have gift certificates from the ARRL. So it's going to be, I believe, coffee and donuts, maybe some other food there as well. And electronic salvage trailer for those that bring stuff and don't want to bring it home. So there we go. And that's going to be, again, May 31st, Sunday from 7 a.m. up until 11 a.m. or 12 noon. Field day, we already mentioned, and just save those dates, June 27, 28. You go to our website, and there's a sign-up form there. We'd appreciate if you'd sign up there, so you'd let us know if you're interested in participating in our, this is our banner operating event of the entire year. The state fair is going to be July 17th to August 2nd. And there is going to be a sign-up sheet for that on arrlsacvalley.org starting this month. And that's Jay Ballinger, N6SAC, who is our ARL section manager, who is now in charge of this. And he's doing a great job getting it all lined up and looking for volunteer operators. And it'd be opportunity, those who volunteer to be there at the exhibit will have a free parking and a free gate pass to be at the fair. So that's a great incentive to do that as well. A few other events coming up. May 9th, that's next weekend, there's going to be a Reno ham swap over there in Verde, Nevada. The electronics flea market in Saratoga, California, for those who like to go into the Bay Area. The club breakfast, 16th, there's a club breakfast at Brookfields on Madison Avenue. And then on May 23rd is the second breakfast at the other Brookfields down in Rancho Cordova. And that's it. I think June 2nd, we're going to have our next meeting. There's going to be a field day prep. Also, Phil is going to be giving us a presentation on the triplexers and the bandpass filters that we use there at field day. So that's promising. That's going to be very exciting. Remember, our backup repeater is always the third Wednesday of the month, so that's going to be May 20th this month. And just that's the same repeater frequency pair. The only difference on the backup repeater is the PL tone is 123.0. Okay, here are check-ins for all of our nets. We had 272 check-ins for the month of April, so there's really good participation in our nets. Website activity, we had a total of 1,085 page views of our entire website during the month of April. And most of the web page views were 110 on April 7th. And we think that probably had to do with, that was the same day of the meeting, people looking to get the information about the either the Zoom or the video when we uploaded it from the last meeting. And the most visited pages on our website, our homepage again, the virtual club meeting page, we had, that was a big draw because we had, that's when we had the Solder Smoke host talk to us about the direct conversion receiver challenge. So a lot of people were looking up that information. Hamfest page is getting a lot of attention now, our repeater page and also our nets page. Most of our visits, again, are being referred by search engines like Bing and Google, 49%, and 38% of our hits are directly from n6na.org. Most of our visits, again, are from the United States, 959, and Singapore, second place, Germany, third place, and other countries, as you see on the map there. On our YouTube channel, we now have 683 subscribers. That's gone up 6 since last month. We had 1,199 views of our videos during the past month. And number one in popularity was the Solder Smoke Challenge. That was our meeting video, 150 views. After that, those other ones that are listed there. The Facebook page now has 1,166 followers. Our discussion group there has 124 members. Our Twitter page has 164 followers, and the Discord chat still has 51 members. And if you want to get any information about, or if you want to get us any feedback, you can just send an email to contact@n6na.org, and we will direct it to the proper person and get you an answer. And I see that our field day chairperson has arrived. That's, oh, I'm sorry, Hamfest, mistake. But we just mentioned the Hamfest.
Yeah, you want to, okay, here. Move in front of the one of the,
All right. Thank you, everybody. So I'm Ben, K6 GEO. Can they see me on? Oh yeah, they can. There I am. Sorry. Hamfest. So the Carmichael Elks / River City ARCS Hamfest is this month, last day of this month, 5/31. It's going to be at the Carmichael Elks parking lot from 7 a.m. to noon. I just was over there right before this, dealing with some scouting stuff. But I got confirmation that the Elks Lodge will be selling refreshments. So they'll be selling coffee, breakfast burritos potentially, and donuts. So that is an exciting development and confirmation. This last week, we put together some links to sign up ahead of time for volunteer help. So far, I have 5 people who have signed up to volunteer, which I'm very grateful for. Doing things like helping set up, tear down, helping with the door prize drawing, as well as just sort of other things, making sure the event runs well. And then I have 2 vendors who have pre-registered as well. So getting some good response, seeing a lot of traffic on Facebook, all these other things. But yeah, it'll be an exciting event. Yeah, there's not a ton more to say about that. We're going to have a door prize drawing. I think a couple more volunteers could help to go a long way. And then if you're there and I look like I'm running around with my head cut off, please reach out and help if I need it. But yeah, it's gonna be good. You got any questions? Yes.
What time is setup for vendors?
I'm gonna be there at 6 a.m. And I've let the volunteers know 6 or 6:15 to help, or not the vendors, sorry, volunteers that are going to help with setup or direct traffic. That's when I'm going to be there. And that's when I'd like them to be there as well. Yep. Cool. Any more questions? My email is in the various communications. Yes, in the newsletter for this month, I did a more detailed write-up, and there's more information there if anybody needs any more information. Cool. Thank you.
Thank you, Ben. All right, Sylvia, are you ready to present the treasurer's report? Are you sharing?
All right, so our roster status as of yesterday, we have 119 active members and 15 expiring soon members. So I went through, and welcome new member Scott Davis from Kalamazoo, Michigan. Is he on Zoom, maybe? No? All right. So he's from Kalamazoo, Michigan. Let me get rid of this so I can see. So there's a reminder that the dues are for the calendar year. So we don't prorate the dues. It's $20 a year. So I went through and moved a bunch of expiring soon people to inactive. And if you have a valid email in Ham Club Online, you should have gotten a notice that said your status has been changed. Now, if you think that's incorrect, just get a hold of me and we'll work it out. And there's a few people that I have seen or talked to some weird stuff in Ham Club Online. Because when I started, I didn't know I had to do some things. So I had, so a couple people might have gotten caught up in that. So here's a list of folks that I will be moving to inactive if I don't hear from you by June something. So if you have any questions about this, again, you can come see me or talk to me or drop me an email or get in contact with somebody that you know how to get in contact with, and they can get in contact with me. So Wilson would be a good one. So I've almost gotten the membership completely under control. Yeah, I know, taunting the gods. So in the Treasury report, we have repeater fund donations. We really appreciate these. We have Lawrence Upjohn, David Minke. They donate every month. And Tom Cutter donated this month. I don't know if he knows that. So our financial report. So our balance as of yesterday is $9,411, of which $5,500 is general fund, and about $3,900 is in the repeater fund. There's still one outstanding check, which is for the Dry Creek field day site. So our upcoming expenditures, we usually spend about 500 plus or minus 150 for all the field day stuff, depending on how many people show up and what we need. So, and the income received in April was $150 in membership dues, $183 in repeater donations. We only had $20 in door prize tickets. So last month we did pay our ARRL liability insurance. That's a once a year bill, and we also paid our Zoom bill, to our license to use Zoom, and that's a once a year bill. The Google is every month, but the Zoom bill is like $133, and it's only once a year. And then the power supply, which you've been hearing about, finally cleared the bank. And then I tacked the ledgers for the PayPal and the credit union on at the end. Does anybody have any questions? James?
Did you get my invoice for the TinySA? So that'll be $62.50.
I will look for it right here, and we'll get the check for you.
That's why we buy the prizes.
Any other questions? And we really are going to start stressing that, and this is mostly to the board members. Oh, it's to the board members, that we get the invoices preferably in the same month that you made the purchase, so it doesn't lag too much, even if it's only $9. So, okay, thanks.
Thank you very much. No questions for Sylvia? All right. Is there anything else? Carol, Wilson, anything else from the board? Gert, anything that you want to add or say? Go ahead.
Just wanted to let everybody know that I had been assisting with renewing the insurance, particularly for the equipment coverage. So if you have equipment or know about equipment, let's inventory it. So if you, like James has some that we need to get the the make, the model, and the serial number, and we try to assess the value and get it covered. If it's meaningful to the group and we want to retain it and cover it, protect it against loss or whatever, we should go ahead and insure it. So there's some things in the trailer, some things that you have. I think I took photographs of some miscellaneous stuff, like the AV equipment that might not be accounted for. We'll get that. So that's really all I have. Any questions, comments? If not,
That's taking an inventory of equipment is not fun, but once it's done, it's done. So thank you.
You may have noticed that he said $65 for the TinySA, and Sylvia said the ticket sales was only $20. We were doing a pretty good job of collecting about as much as the prize costs, but it's starting to slip. So to whom it may concern, anytime you have a chance to feel generous, the club would really appreciate it. That's what I'm saying. So just, do your thing when you can. So, okay.
have.
It's so new, it hasn't been paid for. Okay, so James is showing the TinySA and the NanoVNA that are the prizes. Of course, the Edfong roll-up antenna.
And then for
Okay, I see V80. Ooh, yes, we should be able to test that. That would be cool. Ooh. Mouse pad, mouse pad.
oh. All right. Take it over to Phil. Thank you, Gert. Okay. All right.
This is going to be exciting because I have no idea how this system's supposed to work.
It is, he's sharing it already.
We don't want to do that. What I want to do is find. I want to find.
You're already sharing, just need to bring up what you're going to show.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it.
PowerPoint.
Yeah, actually, I think I do. I lost my file. Well, I know where it is. It's right here.
You know, let's stop sharing. It'll make it easier for you. Go to Zoom. Oh, yeah, the red button. Very top.
Stop share. Cool. All right, now let's see if I can find my file. What is here? Still find HT power measure. TinySA. Okay, here we go.
Now go back to Zoom. Share, share.
Here is there.
There. Share.
My goodness.
Now they can see.
Okay, and so let's.
You want to move this out of the way so you can see.
should this be? That's what I'm trying to do.
This out of the way. Below
Can I get this out of here? There we go. Slideshow, slideshow. There we go. All right. So what we're doing tonight is we're using this TinySA to measure the power that's generated with your handy talkie. And we're also looking at the harmonic energy that your HT is producing. And here's a picture of the TinySA. The thing that's interesting about this is spectrum analyzers. Just a few years ago, you couldn't even talk about one for less than $10,000. And now you can have one for $65. The magic question is, what does it do, and is it worth it? Well, spectrum analyzers are little more than a pretty darn fancy receiver. I mean, you tune it to a frequency and it gives you some information, but it's just a receiver. Now, the TinySA has two inputs. There's a 0 to 350 megahertz input, and then it's got a second input that's 240 to 360, I believe it is, or 960 megahertz. And it's got a 2.8-inch display. And believe it or not, it works remarkably well. They also build a TinySA Ultra. And the low input range is 0.1 megahertz through 800 megahertz. So you can look at all the harmonics in one screen without reconfiguring the configuration of the TinyS of the Ultra. Both of these devices have a signal generator function. Believe it or not, the power resolution is within half a decibel, which is an incredible instrument considering the cost. I should also tell you that spectrum analyzers, for the most part, have no input filtering. So if you're trying to look at a signal on 145 megahertz, and sitting right next to you is a CB transceiver, you will wipe the front end right out of your TinySA so quick you won't believe it. Right, Carol? Because there is no filtering on the front end. It's looking at power coming in, and it's not selective in the slightest sense. By the way, the maximum input you can use with these devices is a maximum power of 6 dBm. Does everybody know what 0 dBm represents? 1/1000th of a watt. So you're 6 dBm better than that, which is what, about 5 or 6 milliwatts. So they're very sensitive and very delicate. There are some other things you can do with spectrum analyzers. You can measure modulation levels, for example, AM modulation levels or FM modulation levels. It can measure phase noise, total harmonic distortion, noise floor, those kinds of things. And they have a facility within them to do some self-calibration. So here's a magic statement about spectrum analyzers. It's off of Wikipedia. And if you go through this stuff, you'll find it doesn't say much more than what I just told you. It's just a receiver that's got some interesting measuring characteristics. But again, it's little more than a receiver. And it's just, you know how you've got the spectral display, your waterfall on your HF rigs these days? That's literally what a spectrum analyzer does. Slightly different, but pretty much same idea. Now, here is one that I have at home, and I bought this about 12, 14 years ago, the Riggle DSA 815, which was the cheapest spectrum analyzer you could buy. and I think I still paid about $1,500 for it. And it does have what's called a built-in tracking generator, which allows you to measure filter performance, that kind of thing. And that one goes up to 1.5 gigahertz. Now remember the Ultra, what am I trying to say? TinySA will go up to 5.2 gigahertz. So here's what that Wriggle spectrum analyzer looks like. You can see the display here, and it's looking at a Baofeng K5, and it's showing the principal output, which is this display, and it's also showing the second harmonic, which is down here. By the way, it does not pass the purity test. This one would be a failure. So here's what it looks like on the Ultra TinySA. This trace is the power output, and this trace is the second harmonic. Please note that there is no third harmonic present, so part of the suppression system works. So here's a spreadsheet looking at two different radios, two different spectrum analyzers. All of them are mine. They're all the input frequency on our repeater. The first two measurements are the Baofeng K5. The numbers that are in red are done with my Wriggle measurement device, and the numbers that are in black are done on the TinySA. You'll note that the TinySA thinks it's producing more power than what's indicated on the Wriggle unit. The same is true with a Yaesu radio, an FT60R. You see there's a slight difference in the power measurement based upon what these two spectrum analyzers measure. But again, you're talking about a very inexpensive device and surprisingly good accuracy. To measure these things, remember I mentioned that we can't, we shouldn't try measuring anything more than 1 milliwatt. You need an attenuator in front of your spectrum analyzer. Now, you'll note that there's two items there. There's a black thing, and then there's something that looks more like a white thing or silver thing. The black thing is a 10 dB attenuator that'll handle 50 watts. And then the second device, the silver looking one, is a 30 dB attenuator that'll only handle 1 watt. So combined, you've got 40 dB of attenuation. Well, 40 dB above 0 dB is 10 watts. So this device will accurately measure 10 watts. I will tell you that the calibration list on this 10 watt is supposed to be a 30 dB attenuator, and they measured it in the lab at minus 29.97 dB. I bought that from a calibration lab, and I think the numbers are pretty darn accurate. There's another way to reduce power to make these measurements. This is a QST article, and I'm going to pass this around. This is what's called a 40 dB coupler. And if you look at that picture, you'll see that there's nothing inside of this attenuator other than 3 resistors, and then there's 3 connectors, and there's a box. So for $5, you can replicate what I spent. Well, I didn't spend $1,000, but those 2 attenuators are worth $1,000, believe it or not. But they're highly accurate instrumentation devices. So there's a lot of ways to do these things. If you want to spend the money for 3 resistors and a couple of connectors, you can replicate what I'm going to show you tonight. Okay? Now it's time to go to a different slide if I can do this. What I want. Do I have to do share again? Disconnected. Let's reconnect. Yep. There it is. And over here. Okay, so this is the screen. This is a software package that you can use with a TinySA. And what it's showing you is that we're measuring from 100 megahertz to 500 megahertz. And currently there's no signal on this display. So who's the first volunteer that wants to measure their radio? Bob Mix. So take your antenna loose. Yep. And then you need an adapter. Screw that in there. And then screw this onto that. And I trust you're on 2 meters. Turn it on.
What's the make and model of that radio?
Hang on a second here. I got to get us reconnected. Oh, let's go. Right. I got to get my machine to connect. Okay, now we're connected. So if you were to press your push to talk, hold it for a second. Hold it for a second. Right there. Mine is 2.5 dBm. And that's the third harmonic. It's 3 times the repeater frequency.
Measuring, that's not the fundamental, is it?
426 megahertz. That'd be the third harmonic.
Okay, third. Mine is 2.5.
Right. Are you still down? Let go. Are you sure you're on VHF? You're putting out more power than good idea. Try one more time. Yeah. Well, you know what? I think I failed you. We're going to have to try this again. Disconnect your antenna and we'll try another radio. I don't know what's going on here. How come mine work well and yours doesn't?
Walter K6HD.
Come on, Walter. Let's see if we can make yours work. It did, but
Okay.
144650.
all right. Turn it on.
W32A Icom from the 90s. Icom W32A.
Press the button for talk. Push to talk. There you go. Try it one more time.
Except for it's on duplex.
Doesn't matter. No, you're going to have to push. Minus 3.37 dBm.
3.37.
Okay. We have a 40 dB attenuator coming out of his radio. So the actual amount of power coming out of that radio is 40 dBm minus the 3, which is going to be 36 point something. It'll plug it into Carol's spreadsheet.
6 watts.
That your radio produced 4.6 watts.
Yeah.
At 145 megahertz. No harmonic. Yeah, looks good to me. I don't know how to kill this. I'm good. You know, actually, I did see one way down here that's minus. You have a third harmonic minus 68 dB. So you're 65 dB below the carrier. You only need to be 40. So good radio. Hot damn, we have a success. We need another radio. Who's next? Well, what do you need? Oh, you're BNC. Cool. Let me plug this thing in here. Okay. When you're ready, press the button.
Wait, what radio is this?
I have a Kenwood THD72.
Okay, Kenwood. Are you pushing the button? We don't see anything.
Do it. Minus 5.8 dBm. Oh, you got harmonics too. The worst one is the third harmonic, which is, gosh darn, this is hard to read. Minus 65 dB. So your third harmonic is 60 dB down. How many watts is that, Carol?
Here.
2.63 watts.
There you go.
And you said minus 65 was the third harmonic?
Right.
We're not measuring the second harmonic, are we?
It's lower than the third.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You know, input power is what they measure. It's not output power. When they advertise a radio, it says it's 100 watts. That's how much power is going in, not how much power is coming out. Next victim.
Alan. And after Alan, it's Dave, KK6MBJ.
So I brought two radios. I got a Baofeng UV5R Mini I bought about 3 years ago. These radios are notoriously known to be dirty. I don't know if this radio is dirty or not, but we're about to find out. And then I also brought the brand new Baofeng UV5R Mini. This radio is alleged to be clean. Of course, my radio has never been tested, so that's what we got going here.
So, what do you need for a connector? Yep. Yep. We're on 2 meters. When you're ready, press the button. You have to hold it down. My fingers aren't that fast. Right there. Okay, you're minus 6.3 dBm.
Yeah, that's 2.34 watts. 2.34? 2.34 watts.
And the second harmonic is 32 dBm, or minus 32 dBm. Or, well, no, it's minus.
So this is the older, dirtier radio, if you will. Yes. And then the new one will be next.
That's minus 26 dB.
Minus 26 is the third harmonic?
Second harmonic.
Oh,
It's dirty.
Dirty.
It's got to be at least 40.
This is what we expected, though, with the Baofeng UV5R Mini. So now we'll try the new one.
Bill, can you hear me?
Go ahead, Carl.
Yeah, I did some testing with the TinySA and I found that putting the antenna on changes the characteristics of the radio.
Always.
Yeah, and it reduces the second harmonic.
It's all part of the filtering system.
Yeah.
Okay. When you're ready, press the button. Push to talk. You've already pushed to talk. Let loose. Try it again. Press it again. Mike. Oh, there it is. Minus 5.3 dBm. Different radio.
Have a second radio then. Wait a minute, I gotta add a row on here.
Minus 5.3 dBm.
Minus
5.3. I will in just a moment. So how many watts is that?
Sorry, I thought it was only one radio per person.
It was, but we cheated.
2.95.
Okay, now press it once more. And you got a third harmonic that's down minus 50. You're about 45 dBm or dB lower on the third harmonic, which is legit. Much improved. No. That's the signal. That's the third harmonic. And that's the primary. Well, this is a shadow, and I don't know what that is. This is a real signal. You're good. Believe it or not, it's working. The only problem with it's my computer skills.
Okay, next.
Do you see where the harmonic is? Right there.
Next is Dave, KK6MBJ. Oh, okay, no radio. So
It's a shadow.
Shin, WA6WST.
I don't know.
Kind of radio.
That's a Kenwood.
Take the antenna off.
HF6.
Zoom down. Power it on. And when you're ready, press push to talk. Press push to talk. Hang on a second. Let me get over here. F85. Are you on UHF or VHF? Are you on 2 meters or 440? Are you on the repeater, 2 meter repeater input frequency? Yes. I'm not seeing. Oh, there you are. Minus 5.8 dBm, Carol.
5.8.
And then he's got a third harmonic that's down about 49 dB. So it's in compliance. And she'll tell you how many watts that is. 2.63 watts. Probably 5-watt radio. It depends on the condition of the battery and the efficiency of the output amplifier. They're never a full 5 watts. It works. All right. Who's next? Carol's got the list.
Oh, the next one is Neil, KL7HQR.
There you go, Neil.
Bob Woodward.
Where did my kid? Oh, here it is. Your BNC, you're going to need this. My fingers will work. And then that one goes over it. That goes on here. Yeah. Carol's got the list.
Okay, well.
This is Neil's radio.
Yaesu FT 530.
There you go. Don't break my cable. So is it powered on? Okay, press push to talk. Well, I see a second harmonic. Let it off.
It's on 430. 430. I think it's on UHF.
That'd be the. That would be. I want you on 2 meters, 145. Hang on a second here. All right, press the button. Push to talk. It is pressed. 585. Let it off. Press it again. Okay, minus 17.8.
And it's 17.8.
You're right at 40 dB below that.
That's
On
50 milliwatts.
170 milliwatts. Probably got a bad battery or drawn down battery. All right.
Okay.
But it barely passed. So am I. All right, whoever's next.
Bob Wood, then Kishore.
Kishore, you're after Bob. Why not?
Okay, it's a Kenwood THD 74.
Kenwood, THD 74. I'm ready. Oh, oops. Minus 4.3 dBm. No harmonics. You can let loose. 3.72 watts, and it's clean. Cool. Who's next? Kishore. Oops. Oops. No. Where did, oh, it's right here. You got to screw this in. And then this goes on top of that.
Carol, this is a Baofeng UV5R Mini.
Mini.
Okay, press the button. Minus 3.8 dBm. And the third harmonic is about 45 dB down. So you let loose.
7 watts.
4.17 watts. You're the high power guy. Flex that muscle.
Next is
All right, next.
6 SMS.
Yeah, bring that one, not the phone. What connector do you need? It's SMA. Fingers. See if that goes in there. And if it does, then you put that other thing on it. Okay.
That's a Baofeng BF 8 HP Pro.
All righty. Let me get ready here. You're powered on and ready to press push to talk? Press push to talk. Minus 1.3 dBm. Ooh, and you got a bad second harmonic. You're you're only down 20 dB. That's a very noisy radio.
And you said it, and the reading was minus 20 dB?
Yep. Bad.
So he's actually
And it's
down.
Bob's fault.
Okay, minus 20. Next is Tom, W6 Bravo Sierra.
I think that's what you need. Clear this.
That's an Anytone. 817.
All right, when you're ready, press the button. Oops, try that again. Press the button. Minus 0.8 dBm.
0.8.
Right.
That's 8.32 watts.
You're the high-powered guy. And the only harmonic you got is the third harmonic that's out about 50 dB down. Clean radio. And Chinese.
Next is Ken K6RMN.
Cool. All right, Ken, what do you need for an antenna? BNC?
The next one after Ken will be Hank K6HUA.
I'm sorry. Or 2-meter repeater input. Right. Okay. 40s. Yeah. Yep. Just don't cross-thread me. All right. When you're ready, press the button. Minus 13.8 dBm, and the third harmonic is down about 45 dB. Minus 13.8, Carol. 0.42. So that's 420 milliwatts.
What radio is that? TH22. Not sure where. It's a TH2. I'm not sure where the power.
Well, it could be a low battery too. It could be on low power too. But anyway, that's what you got. It's clean. Yep.
And then Gert.
Okay. Here comes the Hankster. This thing will go right on there. Yaesu FT2D. Okay, push to talk. Okay, minus 3.8 and no harmonics. You can let up.
7 watts.
4.17 watts and no harmonics. Clean radio. That's okay. Ooh. Yep. Next victim.
After Gert, then Ben. Ben Clark.
Whoa, you all right? You let that old man push you around? I think so. Push the button. Minus 10.3 dBm. You can let up. You do have a third harmonic out at about minus 52. So 0.93 watts. Tiny watts.
James A6JG. James, your turn.
Oh, look at this. You're going to be a bear, be a grizzly. Yaesu 5D.
5D.
D is in David. That's about $1,000 worth of attenuators, isn't there? You ready for push to talk? Okay, push it. Minus 5.8 dBm. You can let up. And you do have a third harmonic that's about 60 dB down, which is clean.
2.63 watts.
It's always input power that they advertise, not output power.
Next is Ben.
I have one more, Carol.
Oh, okay.
Breaking the rule. These in my prerogative.
That's because he's the boss. FT60. I've got an FT60. I'm ready. Minus 3.8 dBm. No harmonics. Carol's going to tell you here in just a minute. Minus 3.8. There's Ben. You need this. Okay, when you're ready, press push to talk. Right. Minus 5.8 dBm, no harmonics.
2.63 watts.
It's an Alinco DJ MD5. DJ MD5.
Alinco.
Who does it belong to?
Is everybody happy with the output power? Because they're never what they advertise. All right. Have we gone through everybody on the list? No. Sylvia. Take the antenna off. Okay, then this goes right on there. Then power it on.
Radio is
Icom ID 51.
Press push to talk. Minus 13.3 dBm, no harmonics.
Okay, 470 milliwatts.
It's probably set on low power. It's all right. It's clean.
Anybody have anything else they want to say?
We have another one. You're all set.
What's the radio?
It's a Yaesu, I think Victor X-ray 6.
Turn it on. Yep, go ahead. Minus 2.8 dBm and no harmonics.
0.25 watts.
There you go. You're a star. Almost like a stud. You want this one? You got it. Somebody had 8. Yeah. Another BNC.
Is there another radio coming? Who does it? What do we have, Bill?
Oh, a TYT MD UV 390.
Press the button. Minus 3.8 dBm and no harmonic. You can let up.
4.17 watts.
4.17. Probably a 5-watt radio. That's about 80% efficiency. That's pretty good. You're welcome.
Didn't do KF6ABC, Bob We didn't do Bob's radio?
We're gonna do Bob's again.
Yeah, well, it didn't work for some reason. We didn't get any results on Bob.
Okay, you all powered up?
Oh, okay.
Okay, minus 3.8 dBm, no harmonics.
V5R mini.
All right, Sylvia, what do you got? Oh, we're going high power with Sylvia now. Don't burn your fingers. Same deal. Should go right on.
Same radio. Open. Icom ID 51.
When you're ready. Minus 3.3 dBm. No harmonics. You can let up. I've got a second. Sure. What was Sylvia's second one? 3.3 dBm.
Getting a calculation here on the spreadsheet for some reason. Sorry.
That's not going to work. You need this.
0.5 watts.
The spreadsheet wasn't working?
One cell is not working.
Huh.
I'm doing a second one here, Carol. You ready for the model?
Okay, sure. Which one's that?
It's a Baofeng AR5RM. AR5RM, Romeo Mike.
RM, okay.
Ooh.
Ready?
I'm ready. You are.
45.
I think it is.
14525.
Yep. Press talk. Ooh, where'd we go?
It's dirty.
Minus 1.3, and the second harmonic is down 28 dB. 1.3 dBm.
Down.
Yeah, it's,
Minus 58.
yep.
Got a third harmonic there too.
It's way down though. It's down about 50 dB.
Minus 50 on the third harmonic.
Only 3.
You gonna figure that out, or are you making a career out of that? All right, anybody else? Oh, we got Bobby. Let's see if we can't figure out what's going on with your radio.
I don't.
Okay,
Ooh,
turn it on.
it's loosening up. Okay, I'm pressing.
All I have with you is the third harmonic.
It looks like it's transmitting on 426. Is that on UHF?
4525. I have no idea. I don't think so.
Well, I hate to tell you this.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
You're the only guy that can't get on frequency.
Okay.
Is that because of your golf game or what?
I have no idea.
Yeah, he's at 426, which is third on minus 2.4 dBm, but
Oh.
Carol?
Yeah.
It's not,
What is minus 2.4
it's not
dBm?
switching, yeah.
What was that? Minus what? Minus 2.4. And what's the frequency?
426.
Huh. 426. 426.8 actually there. So it's putting out 5 watts on 426 megahertz.
Oh. Crap. Jesus. What did you do to me?
Oh,
Ah, there it is.
you gotta make it simple.
Okay.
Oh. You just dropped it. Got another one? I don't think it's a content.
Press it. Minus 3.28 and no harmonics. Minus 3.28, Carol.
Okay, minus 3.28. And that is 4.7 watts.
4.7 watts. All right. Did everybody like that?
Very good.
Carol, they asked if you're going to publish the spreadsheet.
Yes, we can do that unless somebody's embarrassed.
Well, don't take it personally unless you work for Kenwood, Icom, Baofeng, or Yaesu. Phil, before you close up, could you explain, did you see any trends, any patterns? What did you see?
The first thing you should recognize is that no matter how they advertise your radio as a 5 watt or a 10 watt, it's a fallacy. That's input power with perfect battery conditions, blah, 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 blah. The other thing that you should recognize is some radios are extremely clean output and others are the opposite, right? And all that this is a method of measuring how clean the signal is and how much output power you have. That's what we determined. And I think for the most part, everybody's probably fairly well satisfied with how your radios performed. Most of them, the 5 watters are down in the 3 and 4 watt world, and the 10 watters are up around 7, maybe even 8, which is what you would expect. Because most transmitters, good ones, are about 80% efficient. I'd say most of them are actually down in the 70s. So it kind of gives you a real feel for what's going on.
When there is no harmonic, is that the best situation?
Oh, absolutely.
And if there is some when there's no harmonic, that means all the power is being efficiently.
Well, not necessarily, because what you're looking at with the spectrum analyzer is where the power is. So if you got some third harmonic energy, it's not doing anything to help you get into the repeater.
Right.
So again, some radios are cleaner than others. The FCC, if I've got, Carol actually looked this up for me. If in the VHF, UHF world, if you're under 25 watts, the harmonic content's got to be at least 40 dB down. Is that right, Carol?
Yes. Yeah.
And so if your numbers weren't that good, you have a radio that's producing spurious radiation, right? And the FCC frowns on that. That's why they let all these radios into the country.
So
did I say that right?
So spurious is bad if it's minus 40 dB. It's compliant, but it's still bad.
No, it's
no.
40 dB is if you have 1 watt minus 10 watts, that's a tenth of a watt minus another 10 dB is a 1 watt minus another 10 dB is 0.001 watts. I mean, it's way down there. The only thing I have to say is when I was in school, the instructors called me the spurious radiation.
Okay. Thank you, Phil. Any
Was that
questions? Hank, do you have a question?
Yes. Are we all done?
Well, I think Hank has a question.
No harmonics in this at all, but there's no battery in it either.
I like it already. Thank you, folks. I hope you enjoyed that.
Thank you, Phil. That was really great. Thank you. Thank you. And I don't know whose idea it was to do this. Neil might have been culpable, but and Neil's going to Japan tomorrow to get a boat. Where are you going? Tokyo to Anchorage. So he's flying to Tokyo and then coming back. That's like driving to Placerville and driving back. Yeah, excellent.
You know, there's something I should say at this point. We have played around a lot with the tiny the NanoVNA, and today we played around with the TinySA. Those two instruments combined, you can do for slightly over $100. And you have a laboratory that's equivalent to what most calibration labs were a couple of decades back. I mean, it's incredible what you can have for very, very little money. And, you know, if you're into this hobby at all, you've got the instrumentation to just handle darn near anything. The greatest thing I ever found was the VNA, the Vector Network Analyzer, is just an amazing tool. It takes all the mystery out of this whole radio thing. All the mystery disappears once you spend a little time working with that device. This particular device, as I mentioned earlier, it's just a radio receiver, but it's an incredibly accurate radio receiver, both in the terms of frequency and power measurement. And so if you're worried whether or not your modulation's in compliance, you can measure that for next to nothing expense-wise. So we got some great tools to work with.
It is amazing. And if you want to increase the odds of having one of those tools, Gert is still selling tickets.
I like that.
We still have a NanoVNA and a TinySA on the table.
Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, Phil. That's really great. Thank you so much. Let's do show and tell. Bob, I know you had something. Maybe come over here to the camera. Yeah.
I guess I'll make that.
Okay. So they can see it at home. Oh, well, Carl, you're the only one at home, so we're gonna entertain you here.
Okay, I have something.
Oh, and Carl has something. Bob's gonna show something first, and then we'll go to Carl. Go ahead, Bob.
Okay. Last month we had the Solder Smoke direct conversion receiver challenge presentation, and they challenged the world to produce this receiver. And there's 4 boards to it. There's a bandpass filter. There's a permeability tuned oscillator. There's a mixer and there's an amplifier, audio amplifier. So anyway, I went ahead and built the permeability tuned oscillator my way, and it works, and I can tune the frequency. And so there are 3 more boards to go before I've got a receiver. But anyway, this is what it is now.
Is that 3D printed mount?
3D printed form for the coil that's in the oscillator. So I don't know.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can
you can
see.
see it.
Yeah.
And as you turn the brass screw, why that changes the frequency. So
That's impressive, Bob.
yeah.
Wow.
Mhm.
Wow.
What?
Yeah, we can see it.
Yeah.
Carl, we're
Okay.
showing it to Carl.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah.
All right. I guess I'm done, huh?
Yeah. Well, you have 3 more boards to build, so 1 a month.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Okay.
Like got nothing else to do. Yeah.
All right, Carl, what do you have?
Well, I have both the TinySA Ultra and the VNA, and I've got a Apache Pelican case, a 3800 Pelican case that I cut up, and I can fit both devices in with all their cables and attenuators and all that. I don't know if you can see the case very well.
You'll have to turn off your background if
Yeah, no, that's all right.
Okay.
But yeah, you can go to Harbor Freight and get the Apache case, and if you get both of them, you can have a nice protected way of keeping them around and
That's a
easy
good idea.
transport for them. So
That's a
it's
good idea. Yeah.
yeah.
Thank you, Carl. Great idea. I think several people have them, and using one of those Apache cases is a great idea. All right, who else has show and tell? Hank, do you have something you want to show?
Take it over there.
When we were speaking about simplicity, I got this at a from a Silent Keys stuff that they were getting rid of. And I've never seen this before. I didn't know what it was. So I Googled it. And what I found out was this was for a radio from 1942. And it was an SCR 511A, which was sometimes known as a pogo stick. It's an FM radio, had an astounding power of 0.38 watts, and it tuned 2 to 6 megahertz. And what this device was a resonance indicator, commonly known as an NE2 neon bulb and a resistor. Clip this on the antenna, the other lead on the ground somewhere on the radio, and if it was outputting anything, it'd glow. The brighter it glowed, the better your output signal was. Anyway, that's about as simple as you can get. So I was going to take it to.
Have you tested it? Ask Phil to test it. Yeah. All right. Any other comments or questions for tonight? Remember, we have a lot of activities coming up that we need volunteers for. Gert, I think we're getting to the point where we're going to have to draw the tickets. Did everybody buy tickets? Okay. All right. Everybody's tapped out. Okay. All right. who do you want to have pull the tickets tonight? All right. Oh, well, wait, I got to get mine on the table. I'm going to show my hand. I'm 207. Do I have any more? Okay. So I'm looking for 214. All right. All right. 174. Is that Hank? Oh, fantastic. All right. Come get your prize. Congratulations. You thought. Thank you, everybody, for buying tickets for this. It's just meant to be fun. We want it to be break even. We're not trying to make money on it. Yeah. All right. Thanks, everybody. Anything else? We'll see you next month. We'll hear you on the air. I know some of you are starting your trips. Have good trips. Remember to volunteer. All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a wonderful night.